go on to the top division in the East. It's at Magnus. This was another very sore, very close loss in this one. Get the right bits. So we've got the. Remember we spoke about Danny, how if things went correct he would get promoted. Yes. Two of them did, but one didn't quite. It came from fucking nowhere, to be honest. And you'll see in a minute. So Dublin Everton Blues 178 against the Harrow Harlequins 171. Sean, who was sitting at number 1, 252.84 against 254.41, and ended up 4th. The Glasgow Eagles 220 against the Leeds Lassos 180. Leicester Tigers 178 against the Newcastle Seattle Patriots 179. The Whitford Rockstars 224 against 162 for the Carlton Crew. Manchester Bees 137 against 129 for Stockholm Bengals. So for poor Danny, they lost like you wanted to. They lost like you needed to. But Graham scored over 220 points, came from nowhere to beat him by about 40 points. So Graham jumped up 4 spots to get to
in the final week to make it into the playoffs. I mean, at the end of the day, it's harsh for Sean dropping down with 252 points and he dropped from 1st to 4th. That is an exceedingly harsh drop to make. But at the same time, it's top 4 and that's what you're aiming for, isn't it? Because you're wanting into the Scarab Bray. So it's Scarab Bray, isn't it, for the big one? So yeah, he's there. He's in. And so as our Manchester Bees, Godalming Golks and Whitford Rockstars, they'll be the representatives for the East this year, and we'll see they're up against the top 4 from the West, and we'll see who comes out as champion. And Seattle Patriots and Glasgow Eagles, they'll be hoping that the other 4 are too busy with that to worry about winning the division, and they can sneak in and steal a wee victory over them. But yeah, unlucky Danny and his Everton Blues, 7-7. 3-game win streak to finish the season. It was just, at the end of the day, he's lost one too many in the middle there in the bad run,
The consolation he has, though, with a 3-game win streak, himself and the Leicester Tigers have guaranteed to stay in the division.
So they're guaranteed to stay up,
because 2 goes down, that's a massive
thing for them as well.
And
of course, it will be Carlton Crew, the Carlton Crew will be playing the Harlow Harlequins, and Stockholm Bengals will be playing the Leeds Lassos, and the winner will stay up, and the losers will be relegated.
Yep. So at least you're guaranteed to stay in the division, so that's one good thing. So here we're going so far. So the Glasgow Eagles have a 98.88 stat over the Manchester Bees.
Manchester Bees, you must be pig sick at the moment, Manchester Bees. That's the kind of crap that happens to me in playoffs all the time. Let's have a look at that before we move on.
I'm going to guess Kyle Pitts.
Oh, it has to be, but who else?
Mayfield and Irvine.
We've got Baker, we've got Bucky. Yeah, Bucky's not a big one, obviously Kyle Pitts. And there's one more.
Kyle Pitts, Bucky and Mayfield, yeah.
3 players, 90 points. I mean, that's as good as bye-bye.
He's only getting like 16 carries instead of 20 odd because they're spreading it between the 3 of them. He's not even getting the goal line carries now.
So, I mean, he's still coming back as well, isn't he? I think it's one of those ones where the team is not doing well enough either anymore. The team aren't doing very well, so it's a drop off in everything really for Bucky, which is a bit harsh on his owners, but I'm sure he'll be back next year. But yeah, it's a great start for Graham and his Glasgow Eagles. They look very much primed to beat out Manchester Bees now and get to the next round. But at least Manchester Bees can console themselves in the fact that they're playing in the Premier League next year.
Well, that's a lot better, Ian. Ian was having trouble watching the phone, but he's got it on his computer and he can see it a lot better. So that's good.
Yeah, me too. I have to open it up so as I can see the scores. And then the other one, Stockholm Bengals and Leeds Lassos, that's the other top half game, isn't it?
No, it's
Sean. No, it's yes, and that's not even started yet. But Sean's 54% favourite at the moment. So yeah, that one's not started yet, but that's the other top division.
But the other 2 obviously the Carlton Crew have got to be heavy favourites. And I've got Bijan Robertson to start.
And that's going to be kicker McLaughlin. That's going to be the kicker for 11 points, because I'm sure that was McLaughlin. Yeah, that's so. I mean, it's one player each, but I'll take the 38 points for Bijan all day long, and it's a good start for Carlton crew. So they'll be looking to win that game and make sure they stay in the first division. And the Leeds Leopards and Stoke-on-Bengals, they've very close start again. It's a 50-50, isn't it? It's a Buka against Godwin, so it's position against position. And they've got a 1.1 lead, 2.1 lead. So, oh no, they don't. In fact, that's they've got a 0.
Oh, the same defender. It must have been a late call out.
Must have been.
Well, it's inactive as expected. So yeah.
Yeah, well, there you go. So anyway, that's not good. So that actually makes Leeds Lassos the favourite over Stoke-on-Bengals, because they've had 2-1 player wise, so they've got one more player playing, and the score's too close for it to matter.
Well, that's some running though. The winner of Sean and 7 Rings play Jack. Although this league was that close this year that anybody in the top 6 is going to find it hard, because Manchester Bees are actually the lowest scoring team with 2,571.
Yeah, well, they need to turn that round and start being the highest scoring team now, because they're playing for the big boy. They're in the big boy cup now, so it's time to start scoring. No excuses now. The top 4 from this division and the top 4 from the West Division 1. There's no excuses now. You're in it. You're in the top. You're playing for the big. You're playing for the whole kit and caboodle. No excuses.
Yeah, indeed. But they still did well, because obviously they finished 3rd, and they were last year's representatives. So you know what I mean? Yes. So they're not.
So they're still there. So we could have the same final as last year. Is that what you're telling me?
Well, with that start, maybe not. But like I say, as the aggregate score over 2 weeks, so you don't know. The team might certainly all turn up and score. Have we had a 300 point this year? I can't remember.
That's the thing with fantasy football. It just takes 1 or 2. It just takes a Kyle Pitts to bust out with a 60-point week, and all of a sudden you've went from absolutely dead to winning comfortably. It happens all the time. So yeah, it's all to play for. I mean, and once you're in playoff week, Johnny, I say every year, once you're in playoff week, it's any given Sunday. You start the right players, and there'll be surprise massive scores. And if you've been forced to put them in through injury or whatever reason, or you just take a swing at someone, these moves can pay off dramatically. And it's amazing to see how things change about at this stage of the season.